It's August in Nebraska.
The Alaskans are melting because it's the surface of the sun outside.
The Christmas tree thing is nice.
Whenever I'm traveling to the lower 48, I suddenly am faced with being cold inside, hot outside, because it's like the surface of the sun outside, then it's freezing inside. Nowhere in Fairbanks has air conditioning. Maybe a few houses, some stores, but in general, you just don't need it. We're used to having moose outside our window, but not cows. I kept comparing everything to Alaska, and that's when I realized how much Alaska had changed me. I grew up in a small town in California, so I thought this place would feel familiar. And in some ways it does. The porches, the way everyone knows everyone. But this isn't my hometown, it's Kurt's. I'm not walking through my own memories, I'm walking through his. I recognize this place. I just don't know the stories inside it.
About halfway between here and those buildings and the clump of trees is where on the left is where my grandparents lived. It's where my mom and my uncle were born.
Watching Kurt and his brother go through their grandmother's recipe box made me realize something. Some people inherit recipes.
He said, you should ask Mom for her recipe. And I said, I did. And she said to go buy me a Jiffy box. Yes.
Very no
So
nonsense.
after that, he quit saying things like that.
Houses, traditions, stories. Their history is tangible. You can hold it in your hands. That house has been in the family for 100 years. Kurt pointed out his grandparents' house. It used to sit out on the farm. Now it's in town. The past is everywhere, and you notice who isn't here.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire.
And then something shifted. Somewhere between kissing a pig and watching my boyfriend's brother mistake a cow patty for a baked good, I stopped feeling like a visitor. We're at the Meadow Muffin contest and we're just waiting for the cow to poop on our square.
Want to buy her? Start you a herd?
This is a much slower paced event than I had thought it would be. So one thing that's really different from being in the lower 48 versus in Fairbanks, and that I always forget about what it is to be in the dark and warm. And it's so warm. It's been really nice. And it was a treat to see fireworks in the summer. We only see them at New Year's Eve when it's dark enough to see them. The one thing that isn't different is being in a small town with family. Being here with Kurt's brothers and cousins reminds me of growing up in my small town in California, summers when my cousins would visit. Hot days swimming at the lake, the scent of the lake water lingering on your skin for hours, long warm nights, that feeling you only get as a kid, that summer lasts forever, that you have all the time in the world. And then you grow up. You realize you don't, especially when everyone's gathered and you notice who's missing. Their absence leaves a noticeable void. It makes these gatherings bittersweet.